Hi, welcome to FootyWit podcast, the Euro 2020 review, episode 4. My name is Ehis Anthony, and I'm here with Dipo. One Dipo Ogun. What's up? How you doing?
Good. Weekend has passed us by, but hey, no shaking. Take the week as it comes.
Definitely. It's good to be here once again talking football. We were here last week, Sunday, a week ago, and we reviewed some games that went down, and also we reviewed the second round matches that happened during the week. Quarterfinal matches.
Yeah, second round quarterfinals.
Yeah, second round quarterfinals.
So quarterfinals started on Friday.
Yeah, quarterfinals started on Friday, and we've seen mouth-watering clash that has happened. A lot has happened, but I would like to start on a lighter note. I think Ciro Immobile of Italy deserves an Oscar. Did you see the theatrics he did against
unopposed best actor?
Man, I was just looking at that video today and I'm like, footballers, man, I don't know what happened. I don't know why they do this. I really don't know why they just tend to do this. It was so obvious that the tackle was not that intensive for you to be like holding your leg like as if your leg was cut out already. And all of a sudden, I think it was just split 10 seconds. The goal went in and you just saw him stood up and
I was celebrating.
And it was, jeez, man, footballers are crazy when it comes to acting up and then showing us if
for their kids.
Well, I think their kids would understand that it's part of the game. It's part of the game because you need to do something to make the referee, at least give you a call that is favorable to you.
Yeah, that's how it is.
But that was, I just couldn't stop laughing with the way Immobile, damn,
Zero Baba.
But we saw what England, 3 Lions, is he coming home? We saw what happened yesterday. It was
a good game.
The goals just kept pouring in. Harry Kane 2 goals, Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson, first goal for national team, and also what's his name? Harry. I think the two Harrys won. Yeah, Harry Maguire.
Harry Square.
Harry Maguire was on target as well. It was an impressive performance by the 3 Lions. And thus far, they've not conceded any goal at the moment.
Yeah, in 5 games, that's a huge one. People will say they've not played tough opposition. Well, you can't rule Germany out. Germany are former champions of this tournament. But at the end of the day, I think England should take it one game at a time. I like that Gareth Southgate has been able to change. Yeah, he still maintains that defensive tactics, but he has been able to change personnel. He's been able to change his style of play, even though he's defensive. He's been able to change his style of play, which has yielded results. At least they've not scored up to 4 goals in this tournament already. They did that yesterday. Yeah. They beat Germany 2-0, which was quite unbelievable, quite unthinkable. People have written off England against Germany, and they did the unthinkable. Guys, Saudi will probably have heaved a huge sigh of relief after winning that Germany game, because he was the one that caused the loss to Germany in 1996.
Yeah, it was an X factor.
Exactly. So I'm sure it'll be like, okay, revenge sought, revenge gotten, we move. And they were able to do damage against Ukraine yesterday night, which was quite impressive, like you mentioned. And now they take on Denmark. Nobody should toy with those guys. I don't know what anybody wants to say. You just have to be careful with that team at the moment. They've shown us that we had a bad start, but hey, even Braveheart had a late start, and now it's where they are, semi-finals of the tournament.
True. Yeah.
So I remember in 1992. And again, people will say it was 8 teams that played in 1992 when they won. But hey, they were wildcard. They were wildcard entry into the tournament.
They didn't even qualify.
Yeah,
exactly. I think they didn't qualify directly.
Yeah, they played Yugoslavia because Yugoslavia was being divided at the time, and it brought about a warfare.
Yeah.
Okay, they had to disqualify them and bring them back to replace them, which they did fantastically well, winning the title. Peter Schmeichel will be like, okay, I want this in 92. Maybe my son can do this in 2021. Again, time will tell. But as you know, where I stand, Team England anyway. But it's how it goes.
Just to still focus on England. You just to focus on England. 25 years since the last time they got into a semi-final of any major competition, and they're looking at making the final. I think the last time they did it was 1966, I guess.
Yes.
I think when they played, that was the World Cup. When they played... well,
they got to the semi-finals of the 2018 World Cup.
I was talking about the Euros, 25 years, yeah. But now I'm talking about final, entering into a final of any major competition.
Last time was 1966 when they won the World Cup.
When they won it as well. And, there've been a lot of cynics, whatever you're doing, there'll be naysayers and people who would want to, say a lot of things about you. I was listening to, I think, TalkSport. I don't know if it was Simon Jordan, one of the podcasters on TalkSport. It was saying Gareth Southgate should be told to leave, even if it takes the Three Lions into the final, or even if he wins it, because his style of management does not suit the Three Lions. So I know you're a Three Lions fan. Would you want Gareth Southgate to still be at the helms of affairs, even if he brings the cup home?
Well, I won't lie to you. Why change a winning team? Why change a winning manager? I'm not a big fan of. I'm a big fan of how he sets his team up to play. I'm not a big fan of using two defensive midfielders, but at this point in time, it is working for him. If we look at the English national team, like you said, it was 1996 that he got to the semi-final of any major tournament, as of the Euros. Yeah. And after 1996, who's taking us to the semi-final of the tournament? Gareth Southgate. He did that with the team in 2018, which they narrowly lost to Croatia 2-1. Now he's in the semi-final of another tournament. That's back-to-back semi-final achievement for this young guy. Before the game against Germany, the FA had said, win or lose, they were going to keep him. I just think he needs to be able to tweak the side, give us more flair, and ensure the boys track back if they have to track back. But if you are built out to playing defensive football, it bores the neutrals and naysayers, like you said. Yeah. But if you are doing the job, we the fans clearly don't care what anybody has to say. If he wins the tournament, why sack him? True. He's won the tournament. 1966 has been a long time. That's about how many years ago? 65 years ago. 55 years ago. Exactly. So if he brings the trophy home, why sack him? At this point in time, nobody should care about how they are set up to play. I think it's right. It's a 7-game tournament. Let's win the trophy and have something to show. The English team has been booed because they hardly get past the quarterfinals of any tournament, and now they have more media coverage than any country in the world in terms of football. Yes. Yesterday, my friend was like, if England wins it, then we won't hear words, blah, 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 because their media, then they hype all their players. You hear Calvin Phillips going for like £70 million, when we really know he was worth 20 million. If you can overreach, you can overreach. They have the resources to overreach. True. I don't think it should be a problem to anybody. That's personal beef. The most important thing is success, and I think Gareth Southgate should be given a chance, but I still think he should be able to tweak the side to be more attacking. When you see a team that comes out with 7 defense-minded players, and you're like, okay, are we just going to score 1 goal and sit back and relax? Well, they've played, at least in this tournament, they've scored more than a goal in 3 games of the 5 they've played, and they scored 1 in 1, and they didn't score at all in 1. So you've scored 4-2-2. It's not bad. They've scored 7 goals. They've scored 8 goals in the tournament already and considered none. I think they're on a good run, and if they can maintain that, For the first time again, they scored in the first half of this tournament. They never scored in the first half. They're really keeping it late. So it was obvious that they were trying to soak in pressure and bust on break and win the game. But hey, guys, Southgate should be given a chance. At least take them to the World Cup at the minimum. Take them to 2022 World Cup in Qatar. And we see how, exactly, and we'll see how it goes from there.
Well, to be fair,
I think you should.
Yeah. To be fair, too, I'm going to follow your lead. I think he should stay, and this, I think no manager has done it. Getting to the semi-final stage of any elite competition that has taken England to without conceding a goal. The Three Lions haven't conceded a goal. They've been formidable behind. They've been solid in whatever formation Gareth Southgate brings out there. It has worked. So, like I said, why change the winning team? And I just feel that they shouldn't get to the semi-final and bottle it, because once they do that, the naysayers, you've given them credence in whatever they've been saying concerning or pertaining the team. So I think the team should all, do the needful, go all out there, represent, and make it to the final. We don't know who's going to make it between Italy and Spain. We're still going to get there in this, because we're still going to review the semi-final pairing. But for England, I think it's a good one. Not considered any goal is something that is so for me it's so real, because it's difficult in times like this. We know of the unbeaten record, going how many games unbeaten in recent football, going how many games now? 5 games without conceding. We're not talking a league format now. We're talking about a football competition. And they've played the likes of Germany, they've played Czech Republic, and they've played who was in the group again?
Croatia,
Scotland. Their nemesis. And they've not conceded against these teams. I think it's a credit should be given to Gareth Southgate and his team. Credit. So give him the job. Even if he gets to the final and they don't win it, just still let him get the job and take them to the World Cup. It's like building blocks, because when they get to the World Cup, they might tend to perform better. It took them to the semi-final of the World Cup, right, in 2018.
2018, in Russia, yeah.
So these are another major competition, semi-final, back-to-back. It's a good thing to behold.
CV is looking good.
Yep.
That was someone that relegated Middlesbrough back in the day.
Yeah. Crazy. Football is crazy, man. Football is so crazy. Who could ever believe that? Someone that couldn't stand the hit in the best league, one of the best league in the world. The team he was coaching got relegated, and now is the head coach or the manager of the national team, and he has taken them to 2 different competitions at the big stage, and he's gotten to the semi-final. Come on, any manager would want that on his record.
Look at Martinez, for example. Now, as out of the tournament, he would have given an arm and a leg to be in Gareth Southgate's shoes at the moment.
Yeah.
Just by having more talented players and all. So,
true.
I think Southgate deserves all the kudos he's getting at the moment.
Even looking at the game against Belgium on Friday, just to touch on that, I was kind of disappointed with the way Martinez set up against Italy, because it's just you played into their hands. I don't know whatever tactics you have, all the arsenal, you have everything. Not Arsenal of England though, but you have everything at your disposal to just give it a go against Italy. And Italy were just enjoying themselves that day. They played the game of their life. I think that's the best performance this competition.
I know people have been saying they are waiting for Italy to play a tough opposition and see how they will fare.
That was a tough opposition.
They played the Belgian side that was tipped to win the tournament. So and they beat them in regulation time. Not the usual Italian side. That it's all going to be about defending, and when we take it down to penalties and probably just sneak it from there. They decided to come out to play as they've done in this tournament so far and take the win, which is good. Kudos to Roberto Mancini.
The sad one there is that guy Spinazzola.
Spinazzola,
because he's out of the competition. I don't think he can make it.
No. Something. It's only if his Jazzman is stronger than.
Because he is just a joy to watch. Seeing him bumping down the left, playing that left wing back role. It was just a joy to watch. And for me, while I was watching that game, I was thinking, hey, guy, you shouldn't go for that ball. Just chill. And the next thing I just heard him, I just saw the reaction. I knew, oh, this guy has pulled it. At first, I thought it was just a muzzle pull and like an hamstring, but not. But then I saw that it was his kneecap or something that shifted. Crazy, man. Crazy. So straight up, let's just look at the semi-final pairing. Italy versus Spain, England versus Denmark. I think we've touched slightly about England, Denmark. You mentioned Denmark, or we like Attack did. I don't know. Is it going to be another fairy tale for the Danes? We don't know. We don't know how it's going to go. But the match against England should just come all out. My cards are on my chest. I don't want to pick who's going to win, so let me don't jinx it for England. So let me just keep quiet. Because we all know our allegiance is tied to the English national team. Chimamaka chatted me today and he said, looking at the 4 teams that are left in the Euros, a Chelsea player is going to leave the Euros. And I'm like, here we go again. And I just had to do a deep thought. Okay, Italy, you have Jorginho and Emerson. Denmark, you have Christensen. England, you have Mason Mount. And in Spain, you have Aspi. Yes. So I just call him Aspi. I just call him Aspi for short. I don't try to call the full name.
It's usually a challenge to pronounce the name.
Yeah, so Italy, Spain. Let's just look Italy, Spain, so we can just round off. Do you see?
So someone tells me that, or some of my friends have been saying the winner between Italy and Spain will probably win the tournament. But for the love of me, I hope. Let me not say I hope. It looks like Italy will make it to the finals. They seem to be the one playing football like as you understand, like little kids. They're really playing football. They're not. I don't think you can't call them conservative or anything. They are enjoying the game.
Yeah,
and they don't have that. They're superstars in their right, but you can't point out to one superstar player that is, this guy is the main guy.
True.
They're having fun. They're playing as a collective, and it looks like they want it more. Spain, on the other hand, I think they have solid players too, but they've not impressed. Even being in the semifinals, I can't point out to one game that they've really impressed. Barring the high scoring game against Croatia, which ended 5-3. But I wouldn't say they were impressive in that game. I expected the Spanish side to have killed that game in regulation time and shouldn't concede as much as 3 goals.
Yeah.
But I don't see it conceding up to 3 goals, and I believe if Italy scores first, not that they'll sit back and defend, but if Italy scores first, I think it's game over for Spain. I don't know how they want to do it. Only if they pack the bus from scratch and you hope they can win on penalties. But I see Italy scoring that match. Essentially, and it's going to be difficult one for Spain to overcome.
Like I tagged it in the program for this podcast. I said for this episode, who can stop Glee Azzurri? Because like you mentioned, let me just piggyback on what you mentioned. It's like Belgium, stop what's his name, De Bruyne, stop Lukaku.
De Bruyne.
Belgium will not be able to play, and it's all over. But this Italian side, you don't know who to stop. Are you to stop Insigne? Are you to stop Immobile? Or are you going to stop Verratti, Locatelli? And Locatelli didn't even play against Belgium. I think he didn't start that game. He came in.
And there's a case Chiesa too.
Yeah, Marco or whatever his name, Marco Chiesa. It's a formidable team. There's a replacement for everybody, and the person that is being put on the bench is itching to even do more than you that is starting. So
Chiesa, like you mentioned, he just came off the bench in one game, and you feel like, why isn't this guy starting? Meanwhile, the person that he came on for is a good player too. So what are you saying? The Italian side are blessed with an array of talents that you just shake your head and say, okay, these guys can play football. And Mancini gets all the kudos again for him to be able to assemble such a side and ensure that they're playing this well, not lost in over 2.5 years. Come on, that's
and I also mentioned it. I mentioned it. It's possibly that Italian football is coming back, because looking at this team, it's like I was telling Okwe the other day that is it that there is a narrative behind building Italian football again. Look at this Italian national side. You can only pick 2 or 3 players that are playing outside Italian Serie A.
Outside the league.
And 97% or 98% or possibly 98.5% of the squad are all playing in the Italian Serie A.
And they're not players that play for majorly playing for Juve, AC Milan, Inter Milan. They are spread across.
Sassuolo, Torino,
Torino, Fiorentina, and the likes. So it's a core of players that it must have been hard work assembling them, because you have to go around to watch these guys to play before you can even set up a team. It's not like a certain general that's decided to say, okay, these guys are not part of us. It's the foreign-based players that we're likely to work with. But the Italian team again, I think Italy and Denmark have been the team for me in this tournament. If I look at it from an objective point of view, I'm not. I know it's the English team I'm really supporting. But if I watch the Italians and I watch the Danish team, I'm impressed at seeing teams that they were not mentioned as favorites before the tournament came up, but now look at where they are, semi-finals of the tournament. All the major favorites are out. Only the big boys, France, Portugal, Belgium, Germany.
The group of death.
They're all out of the tournament.
They all died in natural death.
The second round. I imagine all they make it past the second round. So you write Italy off at your own peril. You write Denmark off at your own peril. I think you have to be careful facing those sides, basically.
So just to round up on the podcast, looking at the race for the Golden Boot. The race for the Golden Boot. Can Harry Kane dream? Because currently Harry Kane is on 3 goals. 2 goals behind Cristiano Ronaldo and Patrick Cech of Czech Republic. Yep. Karim Benzema 4 goals, Emil Forsberg. I think the other guy too that could dream as well, Kasper Dolberg of Denmark is on 3 goals. Do you think both of them could dream of stopping Cristiano Ronaldo and Patrick Cech of the Golden Boot?
I think top scorer will end at 5. So it's not going to be a battle between. It's going to be a battle on who they are going to give it to. Maybe they'll consider assist or they'll just give all people that end up in 5 goals. But I don't think anybody will score past 5 goals.
And it's going to be a tie then.
So now I think they'll probably give all of them a replica of the boots. Or maybe they'll consider the most assists in the tournament as the most assists from the top scorers. But I'm just now again, I'm human. I'm just saying from my own gut feeling that I think top scorer will end up with 5 goals, which we have Ronaldo and Sheik on at the moment.
Harry Kane could.
I think we'll hit 5, no doubt.
Dolberg could, because you have 2 more. Oh no, they have 1 more game. So when as it stands, they have the chance to play the semi-finals. So depending on one between both would have to go out. So one between the 2 of them would have to go. Immobile, how many goals is he on? I'm trying to check.
He has 2 goals.
2 goals. Okay. So Immobile 2 goals. Ferran Torres too has 2 goals. Pablo Sarabia has 2 goals. So I think what I want Kane to do it, even if I'm an Arsenal fan, but just so that he can leave Tottenham, that shitty club.
At the end of the day, Kane can. I think all this is just this guy another brace against Denmark, and hopefully makes it to the final and score one goal. His first 6 goals at the last World Cup. He was top scorer at the last World Cup, and it was because he had the late start. Maybe because there was no Tahiti and who else was in that group. It was Honduras that he was able to score a hat-trick in one of those games in the group stage. But now he started late. He started scoring in the second round of the tournament, and imagine he had scored a goal against Scotland or Czech or Croatia, then he probably be saying something else. But the beautiful thing is, after 5 is 3. For those that are still left in the tournament, anyway, after 5 goals is 3. So Lukaku had 4 before he bowed out, and now 3 is trying to catch up with 5, and 3 will have to score 3 to beat 5. It's going to be hard. I think, and I still stand by top scorer ending up with 5 goals in this tournament.
Okay, sir. Just to as we round off, I know this is not part of the Euro 2020, but Nigerian home-based Eagles got thumped. They got beat 4-0 by Mexico.
Did you watch the game though?
And I watched like, I think he showed it on Super Sport 7. In the afternoon, and a certain Ganatro was on the bench because he said he wasn't going to be on the bench, but he was on the bench. So the defeat sticks to his record or sticks to his name, right?
I'm so happy. At least he can't just say he's dumping the side and he comes back at 24 hours to go and he says, okay, we'll take charge. He needs to stick by his job.
4-0. And a certain Messi scores again. Ronaldo fans.
Copa America. I
know their heart is in their mouth right now because Argentina is in the semi-final.
I think they should just forget it. He'll probably get to the finals. They should now hope they meet a Brazilian side that will win it. And it looks like Argentina has been the feeder to teams that have done back-to-back in the Copa America. So Chile did back-to-back against Argentina. I'm not sure if it was Argentina Brazil played in the last one, but if Brazil gets to the final, they also want to do back-to-back. So
because they are the host and they want to win it, do everything possible to win it. So Dipo, thank you very much for being on the podcast on the episode today. It's nice having you. Episode 4 of our Euro 2020 review. And next week will be the last episode on Euro 2020 before the main season starts, before we come to our regular episode on the podcast. So we're on social media platform on Instagram. And you can listen to this episode on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. You can also watch the vidcast on YouTube. Please like us on our social media platform and also follow us on our social media platform. Share the YouTube video and also subscribe. Please, we need your subscription to help our channel grow. Thank you very much and have a pleasant week ahead.
Cheers, man.